Packer fans. Welcome to episode 3 of This is the Bay. By the way, for those that don't know, if you are not, you know, in tune with the Star Wars world, this is based off of The Mandalorian. It's just, this is the Bay, this is the way.
Dude,
It's on
how
Disney
did you,
Plus.
dude, we got the same shirt. Same
What?
shirt. Seriously.
Seriously?
Yeah, look.
Like, so when people say that, like when people, us Packers fans, like do that, like it's not like, a Will Ferrell stand-up bit that's like funny, but like it's like like giggling, like like because that is funny just because they do suck. But
Seriously, I got a Godado Taka shirt. Got solid.
those are great tacos, they really are.
Thanks to our sponsor.
All right, so breaking news. Well, it's breaking news as of hour or two hours ago, whatever. NFL schedule comes out today, which means the Green Bay Packers schedule is out there. We're just going to be breaking this down quickly for the next 20 minutes to see what we got here. What are your first, if you're looking at it now, what are your first, interpretations of it? What do you think?
I mean, I'm picking a game out that we're going to go to, of course. But let's just, I guess, look at the first 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a lot of those teams have cleaned house to a degree, but especially week 1, Minnesota Vikings. Aging defense.
Mm-hmm. New head coach.
It's an attempt at Packers 2.0 with who they picked up in the offseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still love those boys, but it sucks they went on that team. But what strikes me about the Vikings, I can't wait to see our defense go against their offense. One, because the studs that we have coming back, plus the ones that we've added, I can't wait to see it. Stokes, what is year 2 going to be like for Eric Stokes?
I'm excited to see
Jair, who's going to cover Jefferson? Are we going to have one guy shadowing him either side, or is it just going to be like wherever you go, dude, blanket coverage?
That's going to be interesting because Stokes, because Jair was out when they played in Minnesota last year. Mm-hmm. Stokes got burned a few times by Jefferson by the go-ahead touchdown Jefferson got on Stokes. We'll see. Usually they put Jair on Adam Thielen for the last few years, and they've had a bit of a, they've had to butt heads over the last few years. But that'll be interesting to see, because I think Justin Jefferson has the best footwork out of any of those receivers, and Stokes is the quickest. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
There's it's going to be knock on Thielen at 32, right?
Yeah. No. I respect him. Yeah. I think he's a great player. I think he is their franchise's Jordy Nelson. Like he's not a Hall of Famer, but like he's a fan favorite. Been there. He's only been with that organization. There's respect. But it's going to be close. That game's going to be close. For some reason in Minnesota, it always is. I think that's definitely been our biggest rival while Aaron has been in the league. So it's going to be close in Minnesota. It always is. That'll be an exciting one. I do think we pull out the win. Of course we still have a whole summer to get through, but I just looking at this week 1, I think we get the win in Minnesota. It's going to be close, but I think we're the better team. And I think our defense is going to show up big time against Kirk, who, his ability to move around the pocket is not, it's not top tier. He doesn't have the abilities like Rodgers to throw off. Like Aaron doesn't have to set his feet. He can contort his body any which way to throw a ball, sidearm, whatever. I mean, the guy is a freaking all-star. So, Kirk Cousins, I think, will struggle getting away from Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark and, Devondre Campbell, Quay Walker, all those guys, Devontae Wyatt, Preston, Jaron Reed. It's gonna be fun just to see. It's a rivalry game. We hate the Vikings, they hate us. You know, everyone, that's the thing with the Packers. Everyone guns for us. You know, it's like their biggest game of the year is against the Packers. It's not in the divisional round or the championship game. It's against the Packers in week 1 or week 6, whatever it is. But that's going to be a fun game. Moving on, Chicago Bears. Okay, we own them. Or no, we don't own them. Excuse me. Number 12 owns them. And
enough said, dude.
Yeah, it just.
No, enough said. Enough said.
Yeah. It's on Sunday Night Football. You know, it's at Lambeau Field. Enough said. At Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
Number 1, it's in September in Florida. It's going to be hot. You know, you and I talked about this before. It's going to be hot down there. But I got a feeling about that game. I think it's going to be different. I think all the guys still have a really, you know, poopy taste in their mouth from 2 years ago. And, you know, no one is more fired up, I think, than Aaron for this because, you know, it's, you know, this isn't quite the Capital wins the match like they're doing this summer, like going golfing. It's not like that against Brady. This is an actual, like, this is their job. And last 2 times they've played, Tom has, you know, kind of taken it to it, not to Aaron necessarily, but to the defense. And I think Tampa's defense is older. And, you know, I think it's going to be different this time around. I really do. Especially Todd Bowles coming in, new head coach stepping in for Bruce Arians.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the offense is developed by week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because taking 2 defenders, you know, yeah, we did add offensive weapons. We still could.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Julio, OBJ, Jarvis. Come on.
But you know, every year's different, and I just feel like I have a better handle on the defense at this point.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be an exciting matchup. Patriots. It's always Bill Belichick time, you know, great coach.
I love Bill. I love him. His respect.
Yeah.
With that said, we're going to win by 3 touchdowns.
Then get your tea and crumpets ready because
yeah.
You know,
oh boy, that's going to be. It's just going to be a good vacation for us. It really is. You know, go check out London town. Go see the sights. Go check out Harrods. Go check out the London Eye. Big Ben, whatever, and then also go put up 40 against the New York Giants. You know, that's it's going to be, especially the fact they just let go of James Bradbury, their Pro Bowl corner, like because they couldn't find a trade partner. Like if they don't find another cornerback or if they don't find a defender, Alan Lazard is going to go for 300 yards.
I mean, I didn't even look into that. Was Bradbury too expensive?
He came from Carolina.
Right.
I don't know what his contract situation was. They were looking for a trade partner. I don't know if there was unhappiness. I'm sure there was unhappiness. I mean, the Giants are not a very good team. I don't know the contract situation.
Good. Not the point of not the focal point. We can move on.
Oh, hey, by the way, going back to the Tampa, I just want to say this: Week 3 Tampa. Last time we played them, Joe Barry wasn't even on the coaching staff. Now he is. You know, Mike Pettin was the defensive coordinator in those 2 games where Tampa beat us. Like Joe Barry was, you know, Joe Barry's the guy now. So I just think that's an important piece of that too. But moving on. Okay, so people are upset that the Packers don't have a bye week after the London thing because you come back, you're jet lagged, you're tired, it's a long flight. To be fair though, it is the New York Jets coming to Lambeau Field. So, you know, it's, you know,
the 2 bye weeks this year.
Yeah.
I may eat those words, but
yeah, it's. I mean, you have the Chicago Bears early on. You got the Jets. You know, it's a couple bye weeks early on there. No, but it's you know the Jets. I will say Robert Saleh, their head coach going into his 2nd year, was Matt LaFleur's roommate when they were coaches at Central Michigan, Northern Michigan. I can't remember. Saleh was best man at LaFleur's wedding. So they're great friends. They're best friends. And Saleh was the defensive coordinator on the Niners when they went to the Super Bowl those years with Sherman, Bosa, all those guys. So
I just never knew they were roommates. Huh.
Yeah, I know it's that they were one of the Michigan schools. I think it was Central Michigan. But yeah, they're very close guys, and you know, the Jets came to Lambeau last year for joint practices, and they had a preseason game, so it was cool to see them. Zach Why am I forgetting his name? The Jets quarterback,
Wilson?
Zach. Yes, sorry, Zach Wilson and Aaron. They've exchanged some conversations over the years as respect there. But with that said, Packers 50, Jets 10. Moving on. Week
Truthfully,
7.
I hope the Jets are the best team in New York this year. That would be exciting.
That market needs something. They do. I mean, and if you notice, by the way, especially in the NFL, smaller markets always seem to rule the day. Green Bay, New England, New Orleans before Drew left, Kansas City. It's a decent market, but like like the St. Louis Rams after Kurt Warner left were not particularly good. There wasn't a football team in LA, and then you see even when the Giants won the Super Bowl, I mean, I know it was great they got hot, but they were 9-7, I think, both years. Like, it's not like they were dominant, like 16-0 or whatever. So the New York market definitely needs a good team for sure. Moving on, week 7. Actually, this begins a 3-game road trip at Washington. Starts out Sunday, October 23rd. This is interesting because it seems like, do you remember some of those games where we go to Washington and then we would just kind of get like slaughtered? Like it was like 2 or 3 games. Like we wouldn't play well. Like I think there was one during our 2010 Super Bowl year. I think we got beaten overtime, and then that it was McCarthy's last year. We went 6-9-1, but we lost in the rain in Washington. Kind of a weird game. It wasn't, whatever. And then we got diced up by Alex Smith in 2016 before we ran the table. Not Alex Smith, sorry, Kirk Cousins. We got diced up by Alex Smith in 2018. Kirk Cousins diced us up in 2015 or 2016. Then we came back and, put them down in the playoffs.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
Washington, it's weird because they're not Super Bowl contenders. But we're a better team. We're a better team than they are. They have some pieces. They have McLaurin. Antonio Gibson's a good running back. Their defense did not play well last year. That they didn't play up to their talent. They are a great defense. So could be a slip-up game for us, but I expect us, if we're Super Bowl contenders, to, get some interceptions off Carson Wentz. We have some ball hawks. Darnell Savage. I expect us to get a couple turnovers.
I think it's a good change of pace. That's typically what we hit in the playoffs at some point deep down. And it's a team we're not used to playing, and it'll be a true test of lots of things. But for me, I'm excited to see how the offensive line responds in that matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, they have some great pass rushers in Washington for sure. So going to be good. This is a possible Super Bowl matchup here in week 8 at the Buffalo Bills, Sunday Night Football, midway point of the season, basically. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a great game. I think these are the two. I think Aaron and Josh Allen are the 2 best quarterbacks in the game right now. I believe that. Buffalo didn't have any Pro Bowlers on defense last year, but they had the number 1 ranked defense in all of football. Stephon Diggs is a great receiver. This is going to be I was going to say this could be a fireworks show, but now that I think about it, you have the Buffalo Bills who have a great defense. You have the Packers who, their defense is going to reach new levels. They're in the middle especially. So it can either be a shootout. It could be a defensive slugfest. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be a great game, a close one. These are 2 of the most passionate fan bases in the sport. So I'm really excited for that. That is actually what I think could be our lone loss of the season.
And they got James Cook. I was just looking at their draft picks to see what they added.
They did get Crowder. They got Jamison Crowder in the offseason too, to replace Cole Beasley.
Wow, I like that. I like that pickup.
He's a very good player. They have Gabriel Davis, who I think people think I've seen that guy play. He's a big time player for them. And then it seems like they have a lot of, I know they got James Cook, but they have Zach Moss, they have Devin Singletary. They have like a lot of, they don't have like a distinct like bell cow back. They have 3 guys that I think they're going to try and figure out and see who can play where. I know they got OJ Howard in free agency to go with Dawson Knox. So it's a Super Bowl matchup. It's a Super Bowl preview probably. And it's going to be exciting to see what happens right before Halloween. Yeah. October 30th. Yeah. Right before Halloween. It's going to be exciting. I don't know, gonna be close. Any thoughts, or should we keep rolling? Okay.
No, I'm looking at the clock too. So
no, yeah. No, just making sure. I'm just, smartest guy in the room. Moving on. At Detroit, week 9. Detroit is they will be better this year than they were last year. That's what I'll say. Dan Campbell's second season. I think Jared Goff got the support of Dan Campbell. I think they supported him this offseason. They get Jamison Williams, from Alabama, who is a stud. He won't be ready until he might be ready for the opener. I don't know. He's coming off that ACL tear or the Achilles tear. I can't remember, in the championship game against Georgia. Yeah. They got DJ Chark. This is again Detroit. It's Detroit has given us a tougher time in Aaron Rodgers' time in Green Bay, more so than the Chicago Bears. Just a fact. Detroit Lions, I don't know what it is playing in Detroit, but it's happened. However, we are far and away the better team. We have a better roster. We are better everywhere. As much as I love Tim Boyle and Jamal Williams, 2 Green Bay Packers legends, I think we should handle them fairly easily here. Just gotta avoid a slip up. Yeah, just gotta avoid a slip up. That's it.
I mean, the biggest thing, if I had to give like a 1-sentence recap on it, is Jared Goff. I just, if they can figure out a game plan to make him effective, great. He's like just not sold on that being their answer.
There's no McVay. McVay's not there to help him out. I think Jared Goff in the right situation. I think he's a good quarterback. In LA, he's, he made the Pro Bowl a couple times. They won the Super Bowl with him. Like, he was a good, I remember him going up against the Kansas City Chiefs on that Monday night game where it was an absolute shootout, putting up over 50 points, I think. Like, Jared Goff can play in the right situation for sure. And Detroit, they got him some more weapons, and they got Aiden Hutchinson. That should be fun. David Bakhtiari can make him his son. That can be fun. But Lions are going to be better this year. I think they can get 5 wins, maybe 6 wins. We'll see if they play up to their potential. Because I like Dan Campbell. I really love Dan Campbell. I think he's a great guy and a great coach, and I love the attitude he has. Week 10. This is going to be something that we are going to have circled on the calendar all year long. Big old Mike McCarthy coming back to Lambeau Field. Nothing but respect for Mike McCarthy. That guy, Packers legend. He'll be in the Packers Ring of Honor someday. Was there for over 13 years, won 125 games, Super Bowl, 8 division titles. Like, guy was a very good coach for us for sure. Yeah. Great guy. Him and Aaron, despite what the pardon my language, but despite the fact the bullshit reports out there that Aaron and Mike didn't get along, this is a professional sport. Like coaches and players will get angry at each other from time to time because it's just, you want to win. You care about each other and you want to win. And Aaron and Mike, I'm sure the cameras caught Aaron maybe rolling his eyes, because that's what they like to do, or Mike maybe yelling. They love each other. They have respect. They were together with 13 years, or maybe 12. No, 13 years. There's a lot of respect there between Mike and the organization. And before I let you go to talk about this game, one of the great stories, of all my time following the Packers, after Mike McCarthy got let go after that loss to Arizona in 2018, Gutekunst, Mark Murphy, he asked them if he could speak to the team one last time before he left or whatever, and they let him. And I don't remember what the conversation was about, but I can just picture that. I don't know, there's something about a coach, or someone just being let go of their job, but still having one last conversation with them, before. I don't know. I just think that's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great era.
Mm-hmm.
The McCarthy era. I wish we could have won more Super Bowls. I thought we had potential too. But again, he what'd you say, 8 division titles in that time frame?
Yep.
You can't complain. As a Packer fan, there's really nothing to complain about. So
for sure,
it's going to be a battle of the media and the talking heads. But at the end of the day, when it's on the field, I'm always excited for this matchup.
Yeah, because this is this is one of the. I mean, this is a cornerstone. It's like Packers, Cowboys, Niners, Steelers. Like this is a couple. I mean, these are two
How
old
are they going
teams
to
going
get
at
Troy
it.
Aikman to do this game though? That'll be the biggest question.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see what they do. I'll leave that up to Fox
Because
to
he
do
got
that
one
one.
Monday night, right?
Yeah, no, he'll be doing Monday night. Him and Joe Buck are just doing ESPN. They're just doing Monday night. So but that means the Monday night games should be a lot better too, because I guess they're the main voices, or one of the main groups. So, but this game is going to be great, man. Like Dallas is going to be. I think Dallas, honestly, when this game comes around, is going to be desperate because I think Philly has improved. We're going to meet Philly here on Sunday Night Football in a couple of weeks, but. I think they're going to be, they're going to need wins, and they don't have Amari Cooper. Remember, Amari Cooper's gone, and they're going to have to rely on CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. They drafted another receiver or two. I don't know. Like this is.
I mean, is Trevon Diggs playing both ways?
The thing about Trevon Diggs, it's amazing to me. So I think he was an All-Pro last year, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, whatever. He had the most yards given. He had the most interceptions. He had 10 interceptions or 11 interceptions and had the most yards given up for all cornerbacks. It's hit or miss with him. He's aggressive, but it's hit or miss. Like, so, I mean, you want to put Alan Lazard on him? Fine. I mean, I'll let Aaron Rodgers throw it him all day long, I mean, Aaron will challenge outside of Richard Sherman. I don't remember a cornerback that Aaron truly stayed away from. Or that was kind of necessarily,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like
he's also in his third. He's also a young guy. Like, isn't he going into his third year or fourth year? Like, he's not.
Right.
I think there's going to be some respect, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I think Aaron they'll find a way. It's going to be the Dallas Cowboys defense. I'm not worried about I know Dan Quinn improved their defense last year. He's been a great defensive coach, but it's Aaron Rodgers against the Dallas Cowboys. He has only has 3 losses. I think he's 7-3 against them in his career, and they've won 5 out of the last 6 or something. I wish this game was in Jerry World, if we're being totally honest, because it just seems like, no, I'm kidding, of course, but it just seems like whenever they go to Jerry World, the Packers end up finding a way to break their hearts, which is always fantastic. I mean, the last time they played, Aaron Rodgers didn't throw a touchdown pass. I think he threw 1 interception or something. Aaron Jones ran the ball, ran 4 touchdowns in. It was a blowout. It wasn't close. So
I can remember it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, 500. Yeah.
I mean, this game, there's 3 or 4 games I really would like to go to. Now, realistically, I'll go to 1, but
I
mean, this would be one of them. But
it's a marquee game. And it's going to be great to see what happens. Great rivalry. Week 11, Tennessee. This is interesting. Number one, it's a Thursday night game. I don't know what the Prime Video situation is. Do I have to buy a Prime Video to watch the game? I mean, I can stream it, I guess, but that's so confusing. Let's just keep it on NFL Network. Come on,
doesn't somebody in your family have Amazon Prime?
I think so. Yeah, someone does. Let's just keep it on the TV. Let's just NFL Network.
Better, yeah, but I will say it's better on the Prime Video, in my opinion, than having to deal with the cable company buying an extra package, paying an extra $50 a month or whatever.
Using my email, yeah. I get it. Yeah. No, it's gonna be fine. Regardless, though, the game, they're gonna ride Derrick Henry. They lose AJ Brown to Philly. So it's Treylon Burks, who I thought the Packers would get in the draft, and Robert Woods, who they got via a trade from the Rams. Could be talk of Ryan Tannehill losing his job to Malik Willis, the rookie they drafted in second or third round from Liberty. But it's a Thursday night game. I think this is a game where the Packers, I think they should honestly win this game handily, especially if they handle Derrick Henry. Last time the Titans came to Lambeau, it was 2020, and there was talk of the Packers' rush defense being terrible. They need to improve if they wanted to be among the elite teams. Derrick Henry came to town. The Packers held Derrick Henry to, I think, 30 rushes for 99 yards, which is that was incredible. That was great. And they owned him. So They're gonna have to do the same thing here, and I think they will. They're definitely better. And Tennessee is worse.
Henry's still got juice, and because he's got juice, the Titans are still in win now. But the Tennessee Titans, if we were talking about this 2 years ago, are like what the Buffalo Bills are, I feel like, right now.
Yeah.
Although I'd say Josh Allen's a little more dynamic, and Malik Willis might bring that dynamic nature to the quarterback position for them.
Yeah.
Again, in the spirit of we're over our 20 minutes. I want to get through this. So
yeah.
I'll condense. I don't know who the Philadelphia Eagles will be this year. Wow. How many picks they could have, how much transition has been going on there. It'll be interesting to see.
They are I think they're a wild card team, especially after getting AJ Brown. I think Jalen Hurts, he's gonna have to prove it. And I like the guy's attitude a lot. I think he has it, and I think he's going to prove it this year. I think they'll make the playoffs like they did last year. They made the playoffs last year. You get AJ Brown. They have Devontae Smith. Yeah. And so it's Sunday Night Football. That Philadelphia crowd is they're a little harsh. That's what I'll say. But I think we're the better team. It's going to be a good test for us again. A tough environment going to play a playoff team from a year ago. It's going to be fun to watch for sure. Moving on. Week 13. Moving on to the bye week. Aaron Rodgers, Soldier Field. He owns Soldier Field. I shouldn't even talk about this.
So I think week 15 we may be there.
What do you mean? Like
me, you,
like clinched?
Whoever.
Might be the game. I thought you were talking about like we're going to clinch in the playoffs. I was like, well, yeah, definitely.
Christmas time is here again, and since we're land down under for Christmas Day. It's that or January 1 against the Vikings.
Dude, the LA Rams, man. I mean that's an NFC Championship game preview, kind of like Tampa. However, I'm just going to say this: the last 2 times we've played the Rams, it has not been close. We have beaten them with a combined score of 68-44. Like with Odell Beckham, whatever, with Aaron Donald, whatever, we've handled them, and it's in Green Bay again. I'm surprised we're not actually going to LA this year, but it's in Green Bay again. It's Monday Night Football. This is going to feel like a playoff game. It's in December. It's going to be cold. It's going to be exciting. A great atmosphere. Packers fans are going to be up for it. I'm fired up for it. This would be a great game to go to if we could. Let's just buy the tickets now. Moving on, December 25th, at Miami. It doesn't feel like Christmas if you're the Packers and you're going to Miami. It just doesn't. And I will say this could be a trap game because Miami had a great offseason. I know Tua, maybe doesn't have the respect of everyone. They have an offensive mind in Mike McDaniel, who's coming from San Francisco to be their new head coach. He's a great guy. He's a really funny guy and really smart too. You get Tyreek Hill. You get Raheem Mostert. They get Sony Michel from the Rams. They get Teron Armstead from the Saints, an all-pro left tackle. They have a team. They made additions that I can't, I'm not thinking of right now, but they have a good team. They're going to be better this year. They could be a wild card team. Who knows? Last year. Yeah. And I'll say this, the Cincinnati Bengals game last year, we all know that was a crazy, whatever. I still haven't recovered from that game, the missed field goals and all that stuff. This, I think, could be that kind of game. Of course, it's later in the season than that game was, but Cincinnati was an up-and-coming team. I felt like it was going to be a scary game, and it was. This game, I think, could be the same. Miami could be desperate moving in, and it'll be, it's Miami. Could be hot. You never know. Of course it's going to be hot. What am I saying? I'm not some kind of meteorologist. Whatever. It's going to be a tough game, and we got to keep our heads on.
Finishing out, you got Vikings followed by the Lions. I would say by the time we get to the Lions, it won't matter for our playoff spot. It may matter for our positioning. But I'd say we have the playoffs in lock. But it's still nice to go into it with a win.
Hey, let me say this. We all remember the fabled Matt Flynn 6 touchdown, 400 or no, was it the fun? He threw for almost 500 yards, went absolutely ballistic in 2011. What if Jordan Love starts and goes nuts? Like, what if he throws for like 4 touchdowns, over 400 yards, and maybe people start asking, hey, is this guy available for trade? Just a massive
I'm
hypothetical.
thinking the Atlanta Falcons will be throwing over their first and second round pick.
That'd be glorious. That'd be coming off a Super Bowl win, we get some extra first and second round picks. I mean, that could be great. But to finish it off, what do you think, if you quickly scan over the schedule, what do you think our record is? Like, what do you, if you had to guess? I mean,
I'm feeling bullish. Maybe 4 losses.
What do you mean by bullish? No, I hear people say that, and I feel like I should know what that means. And just like what it means, you think you like it's good. That's what you mean.
Like a bull is aggressive, right?
Okay.
So
I'm an idiot.
I'm thinking confidently on how our new pieces are going to play out. I hear some of the talking heads that our offense isn't getting
Froze.
I don't think that's the case. So I think, of the games between, what's that?
No, sorry. My connection. So like the last 10 seconds, it would kind of like cut out, and I'm just like kind of laughing. But no,
okay.
I heard what you're saying. I totally get you. I know what bullish means.
New York and the 2 New Yorks, we shouldn't have a loss, but you never know. Playing in London and then having that, there's a chance at an L there. I'd say between Rams, Bills, Bucks, there's a probability of having a loss there. Could we lose to the Vikings once? It's one of our division rivals we'll lose to. So, then you're looking at 3 and potentially a 4th, with a trap game. It could happen. But again, the last Super Bowl we won, we were the wild card team. So do I like being the top seed? Sure. Do I like home field advantage? Absolutely. But do I think that is going to, be the driving factor of us making it to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not.
So I think max 5 losses, at Tampa, at Buffalo, the Rams, at Miami, and then at Minnesota. I think that could happen. However, the very positive and excited person that I am, if we play our game, or Brooks, play your game, great miracle. 1 loss. I honestly, I do think the team, it might be a hot take, whatever, but we're better than the Miami Dolphins. I think we're better than the LA Rams. We've proved it the last 2 times we played them. I think we're hungry for Tampa Bay. I think those guys have that game circled. I think the players and coaches are pissed about that, and I think they're fired up for that one. Minnesota, it's gonna be close. It always is, but we're ready for it. That's not afraid of it. We'll be ready for it. And I think that 1 loss is Buffalo. It's gonna be a great game. Super Bowl preview, and we're on the road. It's a tough place. Josh Allen's mobile. He's a stud. I think that could be the 1 loss. I know Philly could be tough on Sunday night. You never know if there's a slip up to a team like Washington. I don't know. I truly believe the ceiling is 16-1, and there's going to be human nature. You might, fall asleep at the wheel, and you might, lose to a team you're not supposed to lose to. So I think that the ceiling is 16-1. I think if we play the way we play, got Aaron Rodgers, and improved special team with Rich Bisaccia leading the way. I'm so fired up about that. A better than top 10 defense. You have a receiver core that is more well-rounded, more well-balanced without Devontae. and we might not even be done adding. It's like, what if we get even Odell? You have him for the second half. He's healthy for the stretch run. So we're going to be, I think 16-1 is the ceiling, and maybe, I'd say maybe 13 wins. I'd say 13-4, 14-3 maybe, and we'll be there in the running. And it's just gotta go do it, man. It's been too long. Got to go win the effing Super Bowl.
That's right.
It's got to be. This is the Bay. This is the Bay. This is the Bay. Title town. We got to go do it. With that said, thank you, fans, for watching. Go Pack Go. We'll get back to you at some point. I don't know. Or for episode 4 or 5, whatever. I can't remember. But go Pack Go. And I'm going to go eat a burrito. This is the Bay.
This is the Bay.